Pets and Vets.
On Afternoons with Helen Farmer.
In association with Royal Canin, the trusted expert in nutrition for your cat and dog.
Now, we've all heard about acupuncture for humans. I've used it myself personally, but now we're going to talk about acupuncture, but this time for animals. I am now joined by Dr. Renata Majka. She works at Modern Vet here in Dubai. Hello, Dr. Renata. How are you doing today?
Hello, how are you? I'm good today.
Great. Now, let's talk about acupuncture. Now, first of all, it's considered an holistic therapy. How do you describe the word holistic to people?
The term holistic came from the Greek word holos, which is meaning all or entire body. In this idea, body should be viewed as a whole, not as a collection of organs. So rather than focusing on specific organs, we'll consider reaction with environment, nutrition, family relationship, stress level, and other factors which may cause the illness. Normally, traditional approach is based on diagnostic procedure like the blood work, radiographs, ultrasound, and based on this we make diagnosis and then we apply the protocol treatment. So actually the best is combination of both, like traditional and holistic treatment. So let's say, like for example, if you have a bone fracture, then you have to go for traditional treatment, which will be the surgery to fix it, and then we can apply homeopathy, laser to speed the healing, and then physio, acupuncture, which will help us with the movement.
Now, I'm a massive advocate of holistic health because I've used it my whole life, and I've used acupuncture like so many other people out there. Now, I know acupuncture has been around a long time for us humans. Have they always been used on animals back in the day, or is this quite a recent thing?
It's quite recent, and I think also the same like in Dubai. Before, when I used to, the first, I have one patient for 2 weeks maybe, and then now since the more people are aware of the acupuncture treatment, like this week I have every day 3 sessions maybe with animals, so it actually become very popular.
So how does acupuncture actually work? Tell everybody. What does it work on?
Actually, the Western explanation is that during when we apply the needles, we cause micro trauma. And then we trick the brain. So the brain will respond the same way, and it will release like there is a big trauma, and we release all the substance like the which cause sedation, relaxation, pain relief. And this is how the treatment works.
But it also goes towards the meridians, am I right? The energy points?
Yes, exactly. So there is the acupuncture points are located on meridians, and there is 12 meridians channels, and on them is around 365 points. And the most of the points are located where is the nerve endings and capillaries are located.
So you just mentioned humans, we have 365 points. Is that what you just said?
Yes, even over.
So what about animals? I mean, I'm assuming they have different meridian points, yes?
No, actually they are the same. So, of course, they walk on the fourth. So the points started from the nose, and then they go along the body through the back legs, and they coming back symmetrically on the both sides of the body. But it's similar, so I can apply the human points on animal the same way.
I didn't know that. Okay, so now as humans, I know a lot of people who are so scared of needles and they don't want to go anywhere near acupuncture. I usually close my eyes when it's happening. How do you cope with a nervous animal? Because they can't express themselves.
What is actually funny that we were told that if in human acupuncture, some of the people, they have phobia with needles, so we cannot do acupuncture on them. But with animals, of course, they're nervous, so they will react differently. So when I started, the dogs, they quite relaxed, so it's easier to apply the needles on them. But cats are more difficult. So the first I started with the light sedation, but then we moved to oral medication to calm them, and it actually works. And now we treat them with the food. So as we give them food, they forget about the pain, and then we put the needles, and they more relaxed and calmer after that.
Oh yeah, food would work for me too, I have to say. So tell everybody, what can you treat animals with by using acupuncture?
Actually, the most of my patients are the elder animals with the arthritis and then pain. Also, now we have quite many cats paralyzed with the problem with the back legs after car accident or fall down.
Okay.
But most of my patients are with the neurological problem and with the pain.
Okay, I get it. All right, now we're going to be back after the break. We're going to have more from Dr. Renata Majka, who is an acupuncturist, but for animals. So join us again in a few minutes.
Pets and Vets,
On Afternoons with Helen Farmer.
in association with Royal Canin, the trusted expert in nutrition for your cat and dog.
We're back again with Dr. Renata Majka, who is an acupuncturist, but for animals. Have your animals ever had it? Would you ever consider doing it on your pets? We've had some great results. We're going to be carrying on with Dr. Renata Majka, who's going to give us some tips about, how it can help your animals and some of the things that she has treated animals with acupuncture. Now, Dr. Renata, what kind of results have you seen and how successful has acupuncture been on a lot of the animals you've treated?
Okay, so one of my first patient was a old female dog with acral lip granuloma. So this is kind of skin condition, which happened because of the compulsive leaking, and the skin became very inflamed and usually happened on the front paws. So in her case, it was very, very severe inflammation, and a part of that, the dog was very nervous. So we could only work on her with when she was in collar. And I think we've done maybe 7-8 sessions. And I was actually not so looking forward because I thought that there would be not really improvement. And she stopped coming. So she came back after 4 months maybe. And then I look at her legs and they were really looking good.
Oh, wow.
So that's why the owner didn't come back, because actually she got better.
Well, that's another thing with a lot of holistic treatments. Like I've used, homeopath and acupuncture. Once they've got to the core of it, generally you don't need to come back. But for an animal, is there a time, how often do they need to come, at least for the first few sessions, do you think? Or is it dependent on the condition?
Depend on condition or on improvement. So usually if it's more chronic condition, that it will take longer. Like I have now one patient that actually comes every week, every 2 weeks, and it keeps her going. It's an old pack, 14 years old, and she has a weak back leg, so we apply the needles. Something also very interesting that I came across last time is the acupuncture. So together with the needles, I will inject vitamin B12. And actually in this case, the owner could see that she's doing much better.
Oh, that's interesting. I haven't heard of that one before.
And what is also interesting, then the owner, after seeing that his dog is much better, then he went himself for acupuncture. So he's doing also for himself now, believe.
There you go. Yeah, it does work. Honestly, I've used it for my back. Okay, now, can you do acupuncture on any animal? And I'm talking lizards, camels, rats, anything.
No, someone requested last time to do on rabbit, but I was a little bit scared because the way they can react. So, yes, I do actually on human, on my friends, on myself even, but mostly on dogs and cats.
Mostly on dogs.
And when we were, when I was actually studying, then we were practicing on horses.
Oh.
So this I could do, yeah.
And how is it on horses? I mean, do they react quite well to it?
If the horse is very nervous, and of course rather we cannot, but if it's a calm animal with the person who's taking care, then yes, we can apply some needle, and also it works really well.
Yeah.
Of the pain.
Do you know, holistic treatments are becoming very popular with animals, because my sister bought a puppy a year ago, and the breeder brought the puppies up she's a naturopath. So she brought them up in a very holistic way, the food they eat. When they go out, because they haven't had vaccines, she sprays like a holistic spray on them to stop them from getting germs. Is this the way we should be bringing up animals, or is that going a little bit too far?
I think a little bit too far.
I'll tell my sister. Yeah.
So we have to stick to very good diet and at least vaccinate them, and then make sure that they have, like for cats, we have the something to scratch the area, something to run, something to play around.
Yeah.
So we have to give them the place what they have normally.
Yeah.
In environment.
Yeah, I think you still have to treat the animals like the animals. I treated my dog like my dog. He was my baby, but I didn't over pamper him like my sister's doing. So what would you say to people who say holistic treatments are quite expensive? My opinion on that is, with holistic treatments, once the cure has been found and you're treated, you don't keep going back. So for me, I think it's worth it. What would you say?
Yes, I think it's worth it too, especially with the condition, like a chronic condition, like obesity, the arthritis, the renal, thyroid, and especially pain and neurological. Instead of I have yesterday I had a patient that it was young, 1-year-old dog, and then it came suddenly, showed the neurological problem. And instead of giving painkillers, steroid, we started with the session, and I'm pretty sure that he's doing much better today.
Amazing. So if people want to come and try acupuncture, where can they find you, Dr. Renata?
Please welcome to come. We are located on Al-Wasr Road. So the cost of the session is 315, and on the top of that we need to assess first, so there will be consultation on the top of it.
Okay, Dr. Renata, thank you so much for joining us. That was Dr. Renata. If you want to try acupuncture on your animals, head out to the Modern Vet on Al Wasl Road in Dubai.
Join the conversation on Afternoons with Helen Farmer.
On Dubai Eye 103.8.